Hello everybody, Gareth here from Paris Technologies with another Rugby World Cup predictor. And this one I'm going to call the Firecracker. I think things are just getting so exciting. It's like a big party. Let's have a quick look at it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So with 1 week left, actually 3 of these pools are not yet decided. Only this pool really is practically decided, where we know that France is going to win this pool and New Zealand are going to come second. In this pool, any of 3 people could win it. In these 2 pools, I think the winner is determined, but the second place is up for grabs. Now I'm going to start with this one, where Australia has still got a chance over Fiji, and I'm going to show you why I say so. So let's have a quick look at the leaderboard here. Australia got 11 points, and Fiji got 10 points. And Fiji are playing this weekend against Portugal, the lowest ranked team. Now, in theory, if Portugal beat Fiji, then Australia would go through. And I put a little asterisk there because in rugby, you can get a losing bonus point in 2 different ways. 1, if you score 4 tries, and 2, if you just lose and you lose by 7 points or less, you'd get a losing bonus point. Now, if Fiji got a losing bonus point, they would finish tie with Australia, and they would look at which team won the actual game between the 2, which was won by Fiji. So Fiji, that's why Australia needs a little luck, Portugal to beat Fiji and Fiji not to get a bonus point. Now, is there any chance of Portugal beating Fiji? So let's have a quick look. I've got a head-to-head here. I'm going to flip it for you and just pick Portugal. Let's pick Fiji on this side. And let's pick Portugal on this side. And let's have a look at the games that they've played, which are similar, right, or the same. So for each game they played, Fiji has done better than Portugal. So they're playing better than Portugal in this tournament. Let's have a quick look at the world rankings. And actually, the world rankings have been pretty accurate at helping us make good decisions here. Fiji against Portugal. So quite a big difference. So I don't think there's any chance of Fiji losing this game. And I certainly think that they're not going to lose it by more than 7. And I'm pretty sure they're going to score quite a few tries here. So I think that means that Australia's out and Fiji finished second. So let's pencil that one in. And let's go and have a look over here. What about this one, where you've actually got Argentina playing Japan this weekend, and either one could come second in this group. Now, let me show you why I say so. Again, if we have a look at the points, and we have a look at Argentina's on 9 and Japan's on 9. And whoever, England's, I think, too far ahead, and they've got a reasonably easy game, so I think they won't be caught. But Argentina play Japan. And if whoever wins here, doesn't matter by what number of points, they will be second. Question, can Japan beat Argentina? So let's bring those up head to head. Change my filters. And let's see what has happened in these games. So again, as you can see, like each game, Argentina has been better than Japan. And obviously, most obviously in the most recent game against Chile, Argentina looked really strong. All right. What does the world rankings tell us? Here's Argentina, here's Japan. Not a lot in it, but Argentina ranked better. So I think in that case that I think it's going to be Argentina's World Cup. I think they're getting stronger as this tournament goes on, although I must say Japan also looked great. So very difficult for us predictors, but I'm going to give that one to Argentina. All right, now what about this one? Any of these 3 teams can win this group. Let me show you why I say so. If you look at it, South Africa have 15 points, and Ireland and Scotland have 10 and 14 respectively. But Ireland are playing Scotland this weekend. Now, in this tournament, if you win, it's 4 points. So if Scotland play Ireland and win, Scotland will have 14 and Ireland will have 14. And in that case, it would be determined by the game between them, which Scotland has won. So Scotland will come second, and actually South Africa will top the group. However, I spoke about these losing bonus points. If it's a close game, Ireland will get a bonus point, even if they lose. And that means that they will have 15 and Scotland will have 14. And then actually Scotland, even if they win, would be going out. And it would be a tie between South Africa and Ireland, and it would go down to the game between the two, which Ireland won. So then Ireland would come first and South Africa would come second. How could Scotland come second? Well, if Scotland won and denied Ireland a winning bonus points, in other words, they'd need to win by more than 7, then they would end up with 14 and 14 and Scotland would go through. What if Scotland really won big and scored more than 4 tries? Then they would get 15. And then Ireland would only have 14. And then it would come down to between South Africa and Scotland. And then Scotland would come second. Could Scotland win the group? Answer yes, but only if all 3 teams finish on 15 points. That gets a little tricky because in order for Scotland to win the group, if you look at these points difference, that there's 25 points between Ireland and Scotland. So what would have to happen would be Scotland would have to beat Ireland by more than 25 points, but Ireland would need to get 15 points. So they need a losing bonus point. So what that would mean would both teams would have to score multiple tries, and Ireland would lose significantly. Is that likely to happen? No. Has it happened in the past? It has happened in some of the Super Rugby games and potentially some of the Rugby Cup games, but not in the World Cup. So I'm not expecting that. I think it's going to be a close game. I think all of the favor, it's all in Ireland's favor. That even if they lose a close game, they're going to win the group. So I don't see how Scotland's going to be able to turn that around. I think this would be a cracker game to watch, but I just think the odds are against Scotland in that one. So if that's the case, then that gives us this. Ireland to win this one and South Africa to come second. And that's how we're going to finish the round robin or the pool stages. What does that give us for the rest of it then? Let me bring it up on our dashboard. Well, in that case, we're going to get this Wales-Argentina quarterfinal. And I think the Northern Hemisphere has really been showing their dominance in this World Cup. It's been quite impressive and it's been very obvious. So I'm going to give it to Wales there. New Zealand come against Ireland. And again, I mean, New Zealand just had a great win this weekend. I think that it's going to be really hard to beat them in a quarterfinal. They really have the pedigree. But I'm going to give it to the Northern Hemisphere here and give it to Ireland. You get this England-Fiji. Again, England disappointing up until the World Cup, but look like they've got good momentum. They've got a good team. I think they can win this quarterfinal. And then you get to this quarterfinal 4, which I think in the last 2 times I've predicted France to win this one. And I'm going to predict South Africa to win this one just to be different. This is going to be so close. I don't know how you could really separate them, but let's give it to South Africa. Well, then you'd end up with this Wales-Ireland semi-final. And my prediction is that it's a 50-50 whether Ireland can beat New Zealand in the quarterfinals. But if they do, I think they're going to go all the way. And I think the same for New Zealand. If New Zealand win this quarterfinal, they will be in the final. So I don't think anyone's going to stop them in the semi-final berth. Here, on the other hand, you get a South Africa-England semi-final. South Africa have played England so many times in the World Cup and usually do beat them. So I'm going to give it to South Africa here. And then you get the South Africa-Ireland semi-final, which we have seen in predictions before. I think if Ireland win their quarterfinal, I don't think there's any stopping them. I think there has been a situation in the past where the teams that played in the pool game met in the final. The one that obviously springs to mind is England, South Africa. And of course, that happened. What happened there was that the same team won again. So Ireland beating South Africa in the pool game. If we get there in the final, I would say Ireland to win it. So there we have it, the Firecracker.